up? What's up, my people? We back with another episode of My Therapist Made Me Do This podcast with Mario and friends. I am, of course, Mario. Now, I feel like I say this a lot. Um, been gone a while. Basketball been crazy, man. But we just finished up the last part of our summer league, so we got one more big tournament next week, and that's it. Now, as you can see to my left. I got a guest. Finally been trying to get him on here, but he be doing everything except being ready to do the damn podcast. But we got my son Jaden. Uh, Jay, you want to introduce yourself? These people know who you are, by the way.
Really?
We talk about we talk about all y'all. So you want to tell
Um,
them who you are?
name's Jaden, 19-year-old, about to be a sophomore. Dual sport athlete, collegiate.
Oh my god,
That's all I gotta say.
that's it.
Yeah. all right.
Bet. But I'm glad to have you on the show because it has been a long time trying to get your big head ass on the show.
It's been like a year and a half, by the way, guys.
Hey, and then who fault is it?
Actually, it's not mine.
That's Cap.
I don't wear those.
Having a teenage child. All right. So, all right, let's get right into it, man. We're gonna freestyle this, man. I'm kinda excited. So we're gonna talk about a couple of things. You know what I'm saying? All the things. But before we get into that, man, appreciate everybody for going to listen to my boy Ron podcast. It is doing crazy numbers right now. So make sure you hit my guy out. I think he put his info in there. He did put his info in there. So if you're in Arizona area, you need some contracting work, man, he booked and busy right now. But he'll make time for you. And if you don't, we'll kill him. Because we told him y'all gonna make time for him. That's what we're gonna do. So make sure we check him out. What else I got? I just got some random shit. I'm just happy to be recording today. Oh, listen, if you're watching this, y'all ever tried these flock chicken skin crisps? These things, you ever tried these, Jay?
No.
This man eats everything in the kitchen downstairs, but he never tried these.
How you see it?
So it's like fried chicken skins. Why you look at me like that?
What you mean fried chicken skins?
Fried chicken skins.
No comment.
What?
No comment.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
Why is it bad?
That don't sound healthy at all.
Look, 13 grams of protein, 0 total carbs, 0 total sugar. What's bad about that? And it's good for people that's on the keto diet. You want to try one? Want to try one on the show? Now this is hold on. Now this is the original flavor now, so it don't have a lot of seasoning. I just be excited to put people on.
Other than no season, it's not half bad.
It do got seasoning on it. What they say?
I thought you just said it had no season.
Made with chicken skin and what?
It's not seasoned to perfection, by the way, guys.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, but for real, they got salt and vinegar. Um, the Nashville Hots, and some other kinds. Man, just trust me on this one. Try these. Try the original ones first without no seasoning, and then try the rest of them. All right, so, all right, let's lock in, as the kids say. All right,
Couple trying
so,
to sit in my lap.
huh?
Couple trying to get in my lap.
No, don't let me. Kobe ain't never been on camera though. Now I think about it. All right, so Jaden is in a relationship, right? Shout out to Zarai. Hello. I know we know you're gonna watch this or listen to this. We already concluded that.
Yeah.
The whole family concluded that. She
Better
probably
be
gonna listen
watching.
to this. So you wanna say something to your girl?
Subs are right.
Yeah, don't say nothing crazy. All right. So every now and then I pull out the relationship cards, right? And I know this is kind of weird, but he 19, he swear he in love. When y'all 1 year anniversary again?
July 19th.
July 19th. All right. So I got a question for him. All right, Zarai. So don't hopefully I hope this don't start no argument. Oh, we got Jessica in the corner. Say hey, babe. Yeah, she in the corner. She supposed to be crocheting, but she ain't doing that. All right. So simple question and answer, Jaden.
All right.
All right. Here's the question. Your partner has yet to post you on social media, but post about their job, dog, and family. Would this bother you? And explain why or why not.
Um. So like within like the time frame of our relationship,
Or in general.
I think For how long we've been dating, yeah, that's crazy to me because you be on social media all the time, you posting about your job, stuff like that. And I mean, it's not like you have to make a post every day about me, but at least like one thing to show like you're in a relationship, you're taking and stuff. Because even if you're in a relationship, people be sliding through, but you just gotta make it known that you're off the market. That's what I think.
So how often should somebody do that, in your
Um,
opinion?
I think it's nothing too crazy. Like once, maybe every couple months. Like you don't have to do it every day. But for what I do, I have a highlight. So like if people click on my profile, like they'll see that I have her as a highlight. I feel like that's not crazy to say.
It's not crazy to say that's your answer. If you look at his phone, also, he don't got no pictures of his family. Every time he pick up his phone, is a different picture of his girlfriend.
That's like normal these days, though.
For who?
For my generation,
You know what's on my? Oh, Kobe's here. Say hello, Kobe.
I'm not. Nah,
He don't want to cooperate.
he doing the most.
All right. Who's on my? Oh, I got Mario with a gun on my phone. With the blicky, yeah.
That's not tough. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wow, hater. All right. So anyway, if you're listening to this, today is Father's Day. And so happy Father's Day to all the dads out there.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, appreciate all the sacrifice you guys make. It's our day. You know what I'm saying? So I had a cool little day. Coached some basketball. Went and ran some fades. Then came back and had hibachi with the family. Jaden didn't die because he's allergic to shellfish, so that's always a plus.
Almost did though.
You ain't almost
I
die.
couldn't breathe.
He lied. If you can talk, you can breathe. That's why I kept telling your overly worried mom. I'm like, he can talk, he can breathe, he fine. Like it'll be okay. It's when you stop breathing, that's when we got a problem. But you didn't die. Look at you. Living.
I'm here, Anna.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You good. All right. So let's talk about fatherhood for a second. Let's just jump right into it. Um, so I was in Jaden's life. I've been in Jaden's life since he was 1. Did you know that?
Hmm.
Yeah, I've been in Jaden's life since he was 1. If you had to describe our relationship, how would you describe it?
I think I think it's good, mainly because we joke around a lot. I mean, during basketball, sophomore year especially, we was around each other basically every day,
Which
all
is
day.
crazy because you get on my nerves.
He be getting on my nerves. He be doing dumb stuff. So
Like what? What dumb stuff I be doing?
see, whenever y'all be done asking that question, what have I done? And when you try and get me to think back, I can't think back. So
So that mean I ain't do nothing.
that's not true.
If you ask me what kind of dumb stuff you done, I can definitely tell you.
That doesn't count. You're a parent, so you got to remember that stuff.
You a kid. Kids don't remember nothing. Don't forget nothing.
That's not true.
All right. Here we go. I'm gonna prove him wrong right here. All right. What's the worst argument me and mom ever had?
Um, I don't remember, but there was one where he knows what I'm about to say, but
Exactly, because it's the only one.
I think it was a microwave or something had fell down the stairs.
All right, bro. It definitely was not a
Or
microwave.
or a clock.
It was a
It was a
clock.
clock? Yeah. It
Yeah.
was something where it was making a bunch of noise. I don't
And
even
that
know what
was.
it was about.
But how old was Jay when it happened? Okay, so for everybody listening, first of all, I did not hit Jessica. Just so you know, I don't know. I was just upset, and I just threw the clock, threw like the alarm clock. I just threw it down the stairs. Don't ask me why, but this was like a long time ago,
Yeah.
and this fool still remembers this, right? Which is like super duper crazy. But this kid remembers that he remembers like the one thing but he swear I do all this other stuff, but he don't never forget that.
I mean, I guess I've never seen y'all arguing. Like
Exactly.
at least for real arguing. Like y'all be joking around like today, but nothing like insane.
What you, oh, okay. So we're not gonna
So,
we're not, we're not
mom
gonna bring that up because
mom be
you.
trying to act tough.
She,
I
I'm
don't know
telling
why.
you, she be on some tough ass shit, and I don't know why.
You see what I'm saying? Nobody takes
Nobody takes it serious. But how many fights you been in your life? Exactly. So how you gonna be tough? You can't even fight.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my! You see what I'm saying?
That's not nice, mom.
Thank you. It's not nice.
Y'all be thinking mom this, super sweet, kind
I
person.
be trying to tell him.
Behind closed doors is something totally different.
Petty Riley, Petty Pendergrass. See, I'm telling you, like she ain't. She thinks she's tough, but she not. But yeah, so but nah, Jay, I will say like one of the biggest highlights of my life is actually coming into your life and being a father figure for you, man. And I feel like all the kids like we all bond over something.
Yeah.
So you and I obviously bonded over basketball. Do you remember the first time like you played basketball? Like I coached you in a basketball game. Do you remember that?
No. It was part was where was that at?
That's a good question. I don't
Uh
remember.
when you
Oh,
coached me?
probably the YMC. No,
Was it Minot?
no, it was before that.
Oh, then I definitely don't remember that.
Dang.
Mm-mm.
All right. So in our journey through basketball together, how would you describe it? You think I'm like a good dad coach, bad dad coach? Was I like extra hard on you? Like, what did you think?
Um,
I don't think I've ever asked you this before.
I think what really helped is, us having to come home and no matter what we saw each other. So I think you being hard on me, it was like it wasn't really I wasn't really tripping off of it because you're not a hard coach.
Wait, what?
You're not finna just tell me to go. You're not finna you you know what, you
Man.
probably would cuss me out.
Yeah,
I think you have.
equal opportunity.
But I never really took personal offense to it because I know it was a part of the game. This is our whole household. We're a competitive family, so
It's bad too.
we know what to do. Like we know how to lock in, and if he cussing me out, then I probably did something to get cussed out for. So
Finally admits it. Finally admits it.
I,
We are like overly competitive though. Like
oh yeah, it's bad.
I think it started with the seatbelt thing.
It definitely started with the seatbelt thing, which is stupid because my grandma made that up. By the way, so you're telling me Granny made that up, and now she done infected the whole family.
Eh,
Dad won't play Monopoly anymore.
we don't. I retired from Monopoly because Jessica and her mom cheat entirely too much.
They don't even cheat.
They do. You roll the dice, and you move to a spot.
It's about strategy.
But
He
some
doesn't know
kind
how
of
to play
way,
strategy.
I'm not about to argue with both of y'all. Like some kind of way, they always end up with all the money, everybody's houses, and everybody's hotels. Nobody's that Monopoly ain't even good at. The Parker brothers aren't even that good at Monopoly. Thank you. A silence comes over the crowd.
I don't know who that is. So,
Parker brothers, they who made the game.
oh, well, how do you know that, but you don't know how to play the game?
I do know how to play the
Oh
game.
my
I just explained it to you. You roll the dice and you move to your spot and you decide if you want to buy it, if you don't want to buy it. And then you don't even know what Monopoly means. Do you know what Monopoly is? Do you know what creating a
Yeah,
Monopoly means?
yeah. It's like a business taking over multiple.
Oh, I forgot. He in college now. He educated.
I
Now
knew
he
it
think he's
before.
a
You know it, bro.
anywho, man. So I did want to I've always wanted to have this conversation with you because I don't think we've ever really sit down and had this conversation. But for anybody with kids that are athletes and play sports, especially when you get into high school. Man, Jay, talk about your high school experience because it wasn't abnormal, but it was really interesting. So just tell us what your high school experience was like, starting from freshman year to senior year.
Well, it was definitely interesting. Freshman year, we was trash, bro. Like we was I don't think I ever had a losing season before that season, but we was trash.
You know who was coaching them. That's all I'm saying.
Anyways, freshman year, I really don't have much to speak on because that was COVID year. No, but it really was just COVID year. I feel like that speaks enough.
They was
Um,
playing basketball with masks on, which is
yeah,
crazy.
but sophomore year was way better. I think I started off with like 9 steals in one game. I started off going good, but sophomore year was really good. We were probably the best team. That's all I gotta say. But junior year is where it was like,
Now hold on before you go to junior year, 'cause that's where it's gonna get interesting. So Take this from little old Mario. For everybody listening, if you want your kids to have a chance to play basketball at the next level, they have to know how to play defense. I'm telling you that because the person next to me was recruited and signed because he plays defense. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right. So freshman year, not so great. Sophomore year, team got good, got a little smarter. Then we had a coaching change at your high school.
Hmm.
How was that experience? There's a lot
Personally,
of stuff I don't think I ever asked you about this either. Now I think about it.
I didn't enjoy it. It was one of them situations where like you really had to think like, do I really want to play basketball anymore? Because it was just like it was bad. Like me, you know, I have a lot of confidence in my defense. I'd say I'm the best defensive player that I mean obviously that I know, but like I bet on myself a lot when it comes to defense. And for a coach to just sit there and be and basically play in your face and basically say like you're not good at defense or you're just okay, like it really took a shot to my confidence, and it didn't really help from that um to for the rest of the season. So I didn't play much at all. We literally blew out a team by like 80, and I still didn't get in the game.
Mm.
I hope y'all don't think I'm trash though, because I'm not trash. I'm not trash. Like I promise you.
He ain't trash. If he was,
But
trust me, we wouldn't be talking about basketball right
yeah.
now. But so I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna take my dad hat off for a second. As a coach, like even this weekend, I was really hard on this one kid who was just making like really like dumb decisions, right? But I always went back afterwards and tried to encourage them because it's so important. Like when kids are doing, y'all gonna screw up. It's inevitable,
Yeah.
but it's so important to get back, like go to the kid and try to find a positive or give them something to build on. Because otherwise, you just keep tearing them down, and it ain't gonna. You're gonna have situations like that. So you are basically saying like, and we're not gonna say this person's name, by the way, because I still work for the school district, so don't get me fired. Um, but this coach in particular did not do that. I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, he definitely, at the beginning of the season, like when he first came, he was just like, it's never gonna be like me talking down on you. It's gonna be me trying to help you and lift you up.
Sounded good.
Yeah, but when we got in, like I soon realized like it's not that at all. And it wasn't just him; it was a few other people. So I'm not gonna just sit here and blame it on one person, but it was more people that were involved that kind of just didn't really. I'm not saying you gotta baby a kid.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you just gotta kiss their butt, but like there's a certain point of constructive criticism and just being condescending and just not even thinking that this player is good at all or they have no potential and stuff like that. Like things that were just said, just stuff that you shouldn't be saying to a 16-year-old. I mean, and I'm not gonna I'm not like a baby. Like I've been cussed out before during games, and I've taken it. I'm a coachable player. Like
Very.
I'm not just gonna follow my one way highway or whatever, however it goes. I'm a very coachable player. So for me to be saying this, it took a lot, like to even happen.
So let me ask you this. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure you told me this, but I just want to confirm this. So your junior year, now mind you, your junior year is the year you're supposed to start getting recruited if you want to play, any kind of sports, right? That's normally
Mhm.
like your prime year, right? Now, during your junior year, you didn't play much varsity basketball, correct?
Yes.
And is it true that like during the season you would like be in warm ups with the team, you would do all the warm up stuff, like the initial stuff before practice. And then once practice started, what happened?
I'm not gonna lie. It was basically a running joke that once you get through the 3-man weave and whatever to start off practice, I was like, all right, that's my practice. I'm done because
It's
like
funny now, but it wasn't funny back then.
it wasn't because I literally because he would do like just runs 5-on-5s or whatever, and I just wouldn't participate at all. Even when it's like okay, like 10 minutes left in practice, let's get some runs in. Like it's not even like we were trying to be competitive or anything. It was just for conditioning and stuff, and I still wouldn't get in, which is insane to me when I'm locking up the best. the best player on the team consistently, by the way. And I just want to say I hit three threes in this coach's face, and he still didn't play me. I'm just gonna say
That's probably why he ain't played.
that.
Like for real, for real, that's probably why you ain't played. So as a parent, and your mom will tell you, like we went back and forth with this a lot. And I kept telling your mom, I was like, man, like, all right, so he's not being like physically abused, right? So we have to start encouraging him to talk to the coach. Did that ever happen?
Like
You
what?
talking to the coach, like, hey, coach, what can I do to blah blah blah, or
Oh
just saying
yeah,
like,
that definitely happened. I think that happened before we even like officially started like the real season. Like to be having fall ball, so I was I wasn't playing much in that either. And so I was like, "Hey, coach, like, is there anything?" Because I'm obviously not trying to ride the bench,
right,
especially when I've been a starter basically my whole life. I'm not
oh,
saying
okay,
that to brag, but I am saying that I've been a starter on basically every team, or at least a main key point on the team. So it's just something I'm not used to, and to just ride the bench like that, even in a spring game. I mean a fall game. Like it was just crazy, and I'm trying to find out any way to get on the court. I was hungry, really. I really wanted to be on that court, and he basically gave me some fake knowledge, or just to get me off his back or something. I don't even remember what it was, but it was some BS. So, oh, I
Wh-
can memorize the plays right now,
which is
and it's
crazy
been 2 years.
because Jaden was a point guard like most of his year, most of his life until he went to high school.
Hmm.
So all he did was run plays. Now let me rewind before we go forward for a second. All right. So one of the biggest, I ain't gonna call it a misconception because it is really bad, daddy ball. So I always tell people like, man, I coach my son. He's in almost, with the exception of like maybe what 2 years,
Hmm.
like I was somewhat involved in his entire basketball career. He would tell you, he's sitting right here. He would tell you, I never made provisions for him. I never played favorites. If he was gonna be a starter on my team, he was gonna have to do stuff that starters would do.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie.
Uh oh.
No, 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 it's good because I felt like no, I'm not gonna be here and like I was untreated or unfairly treated. No, I was treated like everybody else. If anything, I think I had a little bit more load on my back because like I gotta go home with him. We talking about practice on the way home. He's talking about and and like he joking on me too. Like if I do something bad, he'll get on me for sure, and then he'll bring it up in the car later like I didn't hear about it at practice. So I'm
I'm
like,
joking. I was on his ass. With no jokes being, with no ha ha and he, because it was
so
definitely times when we came home and we ain't talking to each other.
I was, yeah, especially there was this one game where he didn't play me at like literally. I don't even remember. It was one where he just didn't play me at the end, and I was mad. I was heated. I was really mad, and I didn't talk to him for like I don't think I talked to you for the rest of the tournament. It took a couple days.
Dang, when was that?
I don't remember. This. I think this was.
See, he'll never remember when I do nothing bad. That's what I'm saying.
I, I don't even know, but it was definitely junior year,
Dang.
and I was out. No, it was definitely junior year for AAU.
Wow. Dang, I don't even remember that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was mad.
Shit, my bad.
I mean,
All right. So, junior year at school A doesn't work out. Now, when it comes to kids transferring in high school, this is like a big ass thing now. Like we joke, like as a high school coach now, we jokingly call it the high school transfer portal because this summer is normally when kids, you can almost kind of shop yourself. Essentially, you could damn near go try for any, you can go play for any high school as long as you get your physical done and do the paperwork. And by the time the first day of school starts, you can pretty much. I know a kid right now that has been to 4 different schools where he came to ours, and he finally did the paperwork. And after next week, this big tournament we have where it's like 200 or 300 coaches. After that, you can leave the school and go to another school. So I've always kind of had a little disdain for transferring. Now, Jaden, we had a family conversation about this because I felt, and this is where gambling on your kid comes to play. Now, like I said, if Jaden sucked, I'm telling you, we just would have stayed our asses where we were. But because and it it's difficult to say this because I'm dealing with parents now that think their kids are like freshmen and sophomore and they should be playing varsity basketball, and they don't understand what they don't understand how physical it is, how fast it is. Like, you don't get wide open jump shots anymore. So like trying to explain this to them gets really, really difficult. But I knew based on who Jaden played with, like I knew that Jaden can keep up with the level that he was playing at, and he just wouldn't get opportunity. So, what made you come to the conclusion that you wanted to leave? Like, what was like, all right, this it. I want to try to go somewhere else.
Okay, so at first,
Don't say no names, by the
I'm
way.
not. At first, I really didn't want to go. No, I wouldn't say I really didn't want to go, but I was more like, I want to stay here. I've been here for 3 years already. I might as well just finish my years out with my friends. Um, I really didn't want to go, but I know mom and dad were talking about the coach there and what he was doing, and I went over there and I enjoyed I mean not went over there, but I saw like their Instagram posts, like they were doing highlight or they were doing like graphics of people for each game day, which was I mean cool. He was giving them opportunities. I felt like it was a great situation to go over to. I really didn't want to go either. Like I really, it really was my mom that pushed me to make that decision. So like for me to do it, I mean, it was a good decision overall. So I mean, I'll give her props, but I didn't want to go at first. But I saw what he was doing over there. I saw the people. It seemed like a nice school. So I decided to make the transfer over.
So we quietly, very quietly, left the school he was at. Didn't tell nobody for real, for real.
Actually,
What?
nah, people knew.
Who knew? You told somebody?
Hmm.
Who you told?
I told multiple people.
Oh, well, kind of, kind of quietly left the school. Well, the majority of people didn't know. They just know when the summer started, he was with another team and he went with the team he was on. So we go to this new school, right? There's actually a couple of things that happened. Like, I had got offered a position on the coaching staff, which I was super excited about. Cause I'm like, dog, I'm about to be able. I don't think people understand how much a dream situation this is. Like when you coach your kid their whole life, and then you get to coach them their senior year. Oh my god! So I'm super hyped, man. And I remember the whole time Jessica's like, man, don't say nothing. Like, just keep it calm. Don't keep it calm. So we go to this school. We like the coach. He's doing all these great things, and then he gets a new job. So he moves on to start coaching in college. Then the coach that takes over for Jaden's new school was one of the assistant coaches at the school he came from. You can't make this shit up. So we were definitely a little indifferent on it. So how was like your first experiences with Coach? We'll call him Jay.
So, I mean, I already knew him. So it was kind of like I already knew. I was telling everybody on the team, like, bro, y'all gonna hate this year. Y'all gonna hate it. And they indeed hated this year, and people literally stopped playing. I say this season, so the 24-25 season
Yeah.
for the younger classmen because he was the coach. Like literally, like people didn't like him at all, and he was definitely like random. Like you could do. I think one time I just kicked the ball to get it out the way, and he literally was just like, "All right, everybody on the line. That's the 17." Like literally just for no reason, just because or not for no, but just because I kicked the ball to get it out the way. It's like we're not going to be kicking balls around here, and it. I'm gonna hold my tongue.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hold my tongue
Thank you.
because I could go on a rant about it, but I digress.
Fair enough. Well, babe, he's maturing.
All
I'm proud of him. But so he goes to this new school, minus the coach. He's surrounded by some players, and like I think your mom and I, like we kind of saw a different light of you. Like you look like you actually enjoyed playing basketball again. Is that true?
Yes.
And like you were closer to your teammates. Just kind of tell us about that. Like, how was that playing with this new group of people? Obviously, you come into a new school where everybody there is graduating, and you just popping up like, "Hey, I'm kind of this new kid. I live in the area, but now I'm going to this brand new school for 1 year just to graduate. So how was that? Like, what was the difference between being at the previous high school and then going to this new school for 1 year?
Um, it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie, because the people there, they definitely welcome me. Like a lot of people will act like, if the new person transferring, they'll act like they're a stranger or something, not trying to interact. But they welcomed me with open arms. So it was a great experience. And mind you, like most of these people literally grew up together. Like they elementary school, middle school, of course, high school, and they never knew about me. Well, actually, no, I did know about them because when I was doing runs with them, but they never kept me in their mind. I never saw them regularly,
Just
s-
cooked them and left.
per usual. But but yeah, like they really welcomed me. They invited me places. Their moms, like not like their moms, but their parents in general were like super nice to me. New guy on the block. They didn't care. They didn't care. They were rooting for me, no matter what, and they loved me because of the way that I played, and I was the one that got my hands dirty all the time. So they just loved the way that I played, and they just accepted me. So I really enjoyed my senior year.
Man, I'll tell you, um, your high school, they put us on the calendar for their senior night. Why? I don't know. Because we beat the shit out of them. But it was kind of interesting to see like how the senior night was because I remember when your senior night was,
Mhm.
and like, man, I don't think I ever been that emotional. Man, like it was really hard. Like I was just holding back a lot of tears just watching the game because I'm like, man, this is it. Now, mind you, we doing a bunch of recruiting, we sending film. I'm talking to coaches all the time, like trying to plug them in there. Nothing shakes. So just to see like how this whole community like rallied together for these kids, and it was super dope, man. But then, like, fast forward to next year, now I'm coaching at another school, and I see their senior night, and it was the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was like it might have been like 50 people in the stands, and I'm not even being sarcastic. It might have been like 50 people in the stands. It just it wasn't nothing like how y'all's was, and to me that said a lot about like that group. That group was special, man, and that
Mhm.
team and what y'all did was like special. Because y'all didn't have. I mean, he wasn't the greatest coach in the world, but he wasn't the worst coach either. Y'all did. I think y'all exceeded a lot of people's expectations with him as y'all coach. I will
Yeah.
say that. Um, so man, before we go forward, you did mention something about um, kids growing up together. Man, how would you describe your 18 years as a military child? Because man, we moved. How many times we moved? Seven, six, 6 times we moved. uh in your life. And when we moved to Arizona, one of the things Justin and I agreed on was that we wanted to make sure that you started and finished high school in the same place. Like we didn't want you to move. We didn't want to move anywhere else. And there's a lot of stuff that happened to make sure that stayed in place. But it definitely didn't come without its random challenges that pop up. But by the grace of God, like you were able to make it happen. So just explain what life as a military kid is like, because I don't think a lot, especially around here, I don't think a lot of people understand like what it's like to like live one place for 2 or 3 years, then you pack up and you move somewhere else. Because we were moving like damn near, I think every 2 3 years, like we was moving.
Yeah.
So how was that? How was it being a military kid for you?
I think so. I mean, I personally enjoyed it, but I also think of things like what if, because people got their accents, where they're from and stuff like that, and I'm just like, well, I never really got the chance to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it though. I got to see new places that some people have never seen before.
Hmm.
Even though I lived in Minot, North Dakota, cold as balls, by the way. I still got to meet people, and they helped me be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
So be able to meet people from different areas, because we've lived literally north, south, east, west. Like
Damn,
we've been.
literally, we really have. Like now I think about it, we really have.
Yeah, so like just to be able to hear different ways people talk and stuff like that. I think it really gave me a love for traveling.
Yeah.
And I mean, I haven't been on too much trips. Like I don't go to France every week, or you know what I mean. But like I've been on enough to be like, yo, like this is what I love. Like I went to Austin not too long ago and I absolutely loved it. I just love traveling. And I think, that was built because I was a military child and I wasn't stuck in the same I said stuck, but like I wasn't in the same place for 18, 19 years of my life.
Yeah.
So it was definitely different. But if I had to do it again, I definitely would be a military child again.
'Cause I tell you, man, it's people that I grew up with who literally have never left the area we grew up in. Like, I'm talking even going to like Warner Robins in Georgia. Like,
Yeah.
they don't. So I always feel like when it comes to life, like military kids always have a better advantage, man. Just because you become more diverse, you become exposed to different walks of life, different cultures of people, and like it doesn't make you as uncomfortable as somebody who's been in one area their entire life. 'Cause you've met a little bit of everybody, so I think that makes you a lot more well rounded.
I will say,
Okay.
so my girlfriend, she is an Arizona native, and there's some things that's like not like I feel like like that we definitely don't connect on, especially because I love me some Zaxby's, right?
Oh my
And I'm like, yo, you got to try Zaxby's, and she's like, what's Zaxby's? I'm like, how do you not know Zaxby's? I mean, there's literally no type of Zaxby's on the West Coast. I mean, there's one in Utah, but are you really going to Utah for Zaxby's, bro?
They love canes.
That's the other thing. I don't know how y'all love Canes and In and Out. In and Out is, I mean, it's decent, but for them lines, I swear there was like 30 people in the line when me and Zariah went.
It's the sauce,
The sauce ain't even that good.
but the chicken ain't really seasoned. It's all in the secret is the sauce. People don't really like Zaxby chicken. They really like the sauce because the sauce saves everything it can. You heard it from me.
I mean, it's all right. That's all I'm gonna say. I just I just don't understand. And then, oh, by the way, like this is the one thing about Arizona natives I don't get. They'll be like, "Oh, it's only 100 degrees. It's not that bad." And my girlfriend literally was wearing sweatpants in like 110-degree weather. By the way, like literally yesterday, and it makes no sense to me.
It's that COVID vaccine.
I
I
don't
be
know
trying to
what
tell
it,
y'all.
whatever it is. Put
It,
some shorts on, please, because it's too hot for this. It's
it,
black, not even gray, black sweatpants.
oof, all the heat. Mm.
Like,
And then you being somebody who's lived in literally -30-degree weather
hmm
to 115-degree weather.
which is crazy to me.
Man,
Like, how do we go from one of the coldest places in the U.S. to literally the hottest?
that's your
Like,
mama fault.
actually, I thought y'all gave me this decision.
Oh, so it's your fault.
It is, but listen, it was from a recruiting standpoint. Because what was it? The two options, Tokyo and here.
Tokyo on here. And they right back.
So if I really wanted to play basketball past high school, am I really finna go to Tokyo, Japan?
What other options was it, babe?
It was a few.
Yeah, but I remember Tokyo being at the top of the list.
I remember those two for sure.
I don't, now she high capping. But you don't remember talking about going to Tokyo? You, me, or you, Jaden? Oh, it was number one on my stateside list. But Jaden is the one that picked it. She don't be remembering nothing.
I'm just a messenger.
Any- anyway, all right. Before we transition to what happened at the end of your senior year, what's the best and worst thing about being a military child?
um, I'm not gonna lie. The best and the worst thing is probably moving every couple years.
Mm,
I feel like like the best and worst. I don't know why, but the best. I say the best because I mean you get to go somewhere new. Where have we been? Freaking Virginia, here, Minot,
Mississippi,
yeah, Mississippi,
Illinois.
Illinois, Georgia, and yeah, like you like just imagine being able to go there and live there for a couple years, and you got to pick it up and leave. That's why it's the worst part because you don't even get to get comfortable. Like even now, like I had to pick up my stuff and go to Oklahoma to play basketball. Like, but what? What?
I'm just listening. I'm just listening.
But like, yeah, that's what I think is the best and worst part. Oh no, no, actually no. The worst part is just randomly have like you're just having a cool little day. Next you know, you come home and you know, family meeting and dad's getting shipped off to Afghanistan because
Then
they
mama
need
getting
him.
shipped off to
I don't
Afghanistan.
know. Dad's getting shipped off every 2 years or something
Yeah,
because he's the only IDMT or whatever.
feels like it in the world sometimes.
I think that's
Not
the worst part
anymore
because
though.
mom's only been gone one time.
Yeah, but she probably had the worst deployment
Yeah, that's true.
out of all of ours. She probably had the worst deployment. Look at her, my little hero over there, my little combat veteran. Look at you.
Which is crazy to think of because mom doesn't seem like the type of person to be a
Listen,
combat veteran.
not at all.
And she just slowly looked at me, guys.
Yeah, giving her the evil look. All right, so senior year wraps up. We're this happened before or after you graduated. I can't
After,
remember. After, so so Jessica is the academic parent. I'm always the basketball parent. That is how I am. I care about sports. I do care about academics because they play hand in hand. But Jessica cares about academics, like big time, right? So we're like, all right, Jay, whatever. Basketball ain't gonna happen. Been a good little run. Cool. Jay decides he wants to go to Virginia State University. Jessica gets this random email and she goes, "Babe, I got this email from this coach." And I'm like, all right, it's probably a spam email. Cause we talk about this all the time. Like this boy was getting emails from like everybody. And she was like, nah, like for real. Like this is from the coach saying that he wanted to like if we were still interested in coming to the schools. I'm like, email him back, see what happened. Email the coach back. Next thing you know, we on a Zoom call. Fast forward, Jaden is signing a letter of intent to play basketball in Oklahoma. How did you feel when this first happened? Like when you first realized, like, man, there's a college coach that's talking to me. He literally told you to your face, well, kind of via Zoom, like, hey, I want you. Actually, no, he did tell you to your face. Like, I want you here. I like what you do. How did that make you feel as somebody who's dedicated so much time to, like, being good in basketball in this case? And to finally have a coach and not only say, hey, you're good, because there's tons of coaches, even an NBA players say he was good. Now you had a coach that not only saying, I like how you play, but I want you to be a part of this of the opportunity. Why you looking at me like that?
did you say an NBA player said I was good?
Yeah, Larry Hughes, you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, light work. So how'd you feel? Like how'd you feel when Coach BJ was like, "Yeah, I want you to come here"?
um, Honestly, I felt good, but at the same time, I felt like I had a lot of work to get done because by then I wasn't hooping anymore. We cut the AAU season short, so I literally was just on my break. Really, I was just chilling because I know I'm like I just came to accept it. Like, yo, I'm not playing basketball at the next level, so I'm just gonna chill, enjoy my summer, talk to my friends and stuff. But then I had to get back into that mode. Like, hey, like you need to get going because this is basketball that you need collegiate basketball you need to get ready for.
Hmm.
So, just going I had to get right in that mindset, like, yo, this is what I want. Like I didn't let nothing stop me, bro. Like I was in the gym basically every day, freaking doing recovery stuff, working out with Darian, of course.
Shout out to Derek.
Yep. And that's really it. Like I think I was happy, but I knew I had work to get done, which honestly would should really go for any college freshman. Like no matter how good you think you are, there's gonna be a senior on that team that's probably gonna embarrass you. I'm not gonna lie, which it happened to me, but
You got embarrassed a lot your freshman year.
not like publicly or like in front of the whole team.
You got
But
dunked on since you've been in college.
no,
No.
no. But there was this dude, bro. He's nice, and I don't give that.
He
I
really
don't
don't.
give that out.
He really don't.
That dude was nice. He had told me he played EYBL. Um he what's it called? He had a Drake or he had an offer to Drake University, but he had already committed here. Um so like he was nice and he was second team for like all of D2, which
Mm,
is insane to me. Like he dropped 34 and 37 back-to-back games. Like
Jesus.
he was nasty. And that's the only guy that I'd probably say like I couldn't have an answer for. I mean, obviously I got my fair share of stops every now and then, but overall, he was winning like that 1v1 easily.
Man, that's
And
saying a
I
lot coming from you
yeah,
because you don't
I don't
normally
get
talk like that.
I don't give that. And by the way, I just want to say a testament to my defense. They had me guarding that dude. They had me face guarding this dude for like 40 minutes of practice. Face guarding full press 40 minutes, and they didn't let me get a break. So that's just want to I want to say that I was also respected as a defender. So it's not like I'm just trashed at defense. So I was respected as a defender.
Mm. Take that, old coach who said he couldn't play defense. All right. So we live in Arizona. Now you go to college in Oklahoma. And I remember when we would start telling people that, oh, like our son is in Oklahoma for college, and people were like, what? Your son lives in Oklahoma? You're in Arizona? So how has your first year in college been? Like highs and lows. Like how has it been?
I think so. I'm gonna start off with the low.
Okay.
I definitely I mean, I'm not saying I did bad in school. I didn't do bad, but I just didn't, meet what I wanted to do.
Hmm.
And I mean, I was also taking upper level classes. I think I had a couple like two sophomore classes or so, something like that. But I just didn't finish where I wanted to be. But it's not because I wasn't, smart enough. I really have a problem of just underestimate. I mean, over. Wait, wait. No,
Underestimating?
no. I just be waiting till the last second to do my work.
Oh, you're a procrastinator.
And
Welcome to being a college student.
no, no. It's not even that I underestimate the work. I just freaking forget about it at that point. Like it's so easy that I forget about it. I know it sounds crazy, but there's also a thing. I'm a psychology major. But like I don't remember who said this, but if it's something that's like too easy, our minds just like stray away from it. Like we're not gonna do it. But if it's something too hard, we like check out of it. So it's
That's very true.
like that's really what it was for me. I'm not saying college is super easy, but from what I had, like it wasn't like no crazy work. Like the 10-page paper, the 200-point essay or whatever, I finished that and I got 200 points on it. It was really them 10 to 15 point ones where I'm like, yo, like this is easy. That's why I'm like, oh, I'm just finish this later. So I mean,
Every old college student listening to this is gonna laugh because we were all that same kid. Like, man, it's just 10 point, man. We ain't
that's
worry
what I'm
about it.
saying. Like, but I mean, overall, I didn't do too bad.
Good.
Like I that's the only thing that I didn't enjoy about it. But and actually no, campus life was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, it's a Christian school, so it's not like I mean, I'm not looking to party every day anyway. I'm not that type of person, but
But he is looking to party.
I'll party every now and then.
Oh my
But
God.
it's really the people that made it good. I think that's one of the highs. Like I found a good group of friends, especially when I started playing football. There's freaking 101 people I think on that team, so
Damn.
you get a vast majority of people you get to talk to, and I found like a decent bit of people that I like to talk to, especially because I'm a quiet person. So
So now you about to next year, you're gonna be playing football, college football, and college basketball. How the hell are you gonna do that?
I want to be like I want to say that I have a great plan, but I don't know. I it's already hard
It's
enough.
prime time, baby.
It's already hard enough to like figure out a plan to work out. I have to be in the weight room. I have to practice basketball and football. And then I also have to hang out with my girlfriend, hang out with family, hang out with like I have a busy schedule.
Yeah.
So it's already hard to figure that out. But I mean, I'm trying my best and I still feel like I'll be fine by the time it comes around. Like I mean, I don't even think like coach is gonna be tripping like that off of me, making every practice because he said I was fine, like because he knows I'm playing football. So
Man.
I mean, we about to see though. Cause I mean this fall I've heard some crazy stuff, and I've already been through a decent bit through spring ball.
Yeah.
Even just learning my position, freaking conditioning. Coach told me to gain like 10 pounds just because he knows I'm gonna shed that off because of all the conditioning in fall camp. So,
Jeez.
and I'm already like I'm like 195 now.
Oh my God.
So
They're so slow. Pause.
appreciate it.
Oh my God. Man, all right. So we coming up on an hour, man. So I want to start wrapping this up. If you had to give any advice to either a parent that has a kid that wants to play sports and go to college, or either or, not necessarily just playing sports, but if a kid that just wants to go to college, or a kid that wants to be a collegiate athlete, what advice would you give them? Looking back on everything now, what advice would you give
Um, I definitely one thing that I definitely say is, you know, what was I about to say? Okay. Okay. I was gonna say go where, like, people say this all the time, but it really matters in terms of recruiting. Like, go where you're what was it? Go where you're needed,
Yep,
not
not where
wanted.
you want it. Yep,
And I feel like that's
biggest
huge
thing I tell kids.
because, I've seen people, take opportunities that didn't work out for them just because they were wanted. But like, like me transferring, they basically needed me, but they needed me really because I was the main person getting those stops and stuff like that. Like they needed me, and that in turn helped me get to where I'm at now.
Yeah,
And I mean, just go where you're needed, bro. Like please, because if you're in a bad situation and you see a great opportunity, obviously do your research. Just don't just go in blind. Do your research, see if it's a good fit for you, and if it is, then I'd say go.
yeah.
Now, I'm not saying transfer every 4 years or transfer, a stupid amount of times and reclass and stuff, which I don't like them reclasses. I'm gonna just say that now. If you reclass, bro, like you just trash.
Tell them why you mad, son.
There's this dude. Okay, I just want to say there's this dude that is about to be 20
Hmm.
and he's going into his freshman year
You lying
of college. I swear.
at your school?
No, not at my school. No, no,
Oh,
no, no. But no, he's committed to South Carolina.
Jesus
But
Christ!
he's older than me, and his little brother is like my birthday's in April, his birthday's in December, and he's class of 26, by the way. Yeah, so he's born same year as me, but he's 2 grades under me. That's how crazy
Jesus
reclass
Christ,
is.
man. We
But
should have reclassed you one more year.
I I just want to graduate, bro.
Well, man. Um, let's do some parting shots, man. So Jay, I will say this publicly, and I have said this privately. Man, it has been, it is like a blessing being your dad, man. It is just watching you grow and watching you mature as a little kid. He used to slap his diaper on his nuts when he needed to be changed. To like this young,
There's
I
no way I
need to
did that,
be
bro.
changed. Ask your mama, but she's like, she definitely sleep. But like to you maturing to be this young man, and man, it's just been it's crazy because it goes by so fast, man. You just look up and like I always tell people like, man, you miss your son. I'm like, man, like we come home sometimes and we're just kind of looking at a room and it's so empty, like it's so quiet, and like even now. Like now that you home, there's like certain things that used to get on my nerves, but now like I appreciate it, but it still kind of gets on my nerves.
One
So like
example.
so like, oh, I got several. I got time.
Oh, he
But
got the whole
like,
book.
when like you have your music playing and you be playing games with your friends and like you be yelling and then you be eating up all our food in our house and shit. Like, man, as annoying as it used to be before you left, man, I missed it. Like it is really crazy. And like, man, like so Miles is kind of our football kid. I'm not really a football coach. I mean, I could coach football if I wanted to.
Here we
It's
go.
prime time. But
Here we go.
like, so Miles and I aren't close like that from a sports standpoint. So now I'm kind of more supportive dad for him. So it is kind of weird not coaching my kid doing something. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely putting Maya in basketball. Like Maya's gonna be a hooper. She just don't know it yet. But man, so I think those are things that like I genuinely miss. And like I said, now sometimes I just laugh like I walk by here and you be like, stupid, you suck. Like you just be, it just. But it's like, man, because I know like in a couple months you're gonna go back, and I'm gonna miss it. And I remember like when we left from dropping you off, and like we got on the airplane, and like everything was cool, and like the minute the plane took off, like when it went like took off the ground, your mom put her head on my shoulder and just cried the whole way in the air. Like she just emotions everywhere. And I was like, man, it's gonna be all right, man. It's cool, man. So, but man, it just we do miss you, man. And I always go back to, that time, like, well, I ain't gonna say we, but a lot of people thought you weren't gonna make it, dog. Like Jaden got real sick. And he had this like rare, like, I don't know if people remember H1N1B. Like, I don't know if people remember that, but like there was like he was one of the earliest documented cases of it, like in the world, like real life. So there wasn't. You got to be first in some. So there was a lot of trying to figure out what was going on, but like they had like put him in like a coma, like a mild little coma, like intubated him, like they were breathing for him and everything. And man, you talk about like a defining moment in our family, man. And shoot, then it was just I think it was just me and your mom. But man, like that really, man, it was that changed a lot, bro. And I remember when you came back, you were walking and talking. It was so I now as much as people record shit, I wish we would have recorded this. Like when you came back home and like you went in your room, I never forget this. And like you were like, "This is mine." Like you talk like you had to learn how to talk again. Like it was crazy. But like you walked in your room with your toys, like it was nothing changed. Like it was your room. But you literally were looking like you were in Disney, where like you had never seen any of this shit before in your life. It was the craziest thing ever. And I never forget like the doctor, the oh my god, I wish I remember her name. But cause man, I pray nothing but blessings for that lady life. But I remember her telling me like, you know, all of these doctors were coming, like, yeah, they were coming to check on your son and see what the progress was. But like, man, honestly, like a lot of them they would be not surprised that you were doing better, but they were surprised you were still alive because of all the things that you were going through. Like they were sticking like tubes down your nose and like sucking like mucus off your lungs. Like, it was all kinds of crazy shit going on. That was a crazy time. That was the first time I actually really seen like Jessica damn near have a nervous breakdown. She literally like broke down in the middle of the hospital. Like it was crazy time. But man, like it just and that's why I've always told you, like, man, Jay, I don't know what your purpose is in this life, but there was a reason why God chose not to take you. And when we see how you deal with people, like how loving you are, how caring you are, you've always been one of those kids where like it drives us crazy. But like you always like you tend to flock towards the people who are like the problem kids or the people who got like issues or some shit. I like it needs to drive us crazy, but man, like sometimes I always tell people like Jaden sees, regardless of who you are as a person, like Jaden always finds the good in everybody. And that's a rare trait to have. I just say as you get older, you gotta be careful because people use that against you. Like they'll use that to manipulate you to do things. But you always found the good in people, no matter. We like, man, what the hell you with that little boy for, man? Get the stupid ass kid away from my little silver teeth ass kid. But you always gave people a chance, man. And like I feel like that's a part of your journey. And like one day, like you are going to have, hell, really, honestly, now, but you're going to have one hell of a testimony to tell people, man. And that's why your mom and I are so proud of you, man. 'Cause you've been through a lot, just from like military life, health wise, and like, goddamn, look at you now, dog. A two sport college athlete, like shit, like that shit ain't supposed to happen. Like in life, that ain't supposed to happen, but it did. So we proud of you, dog.
No, I appreciate
You're so stupid.
that. But I didn't even know about that. I'm not gonna lie. I
Really?
know I had H1N1, whatever it was, but I didn't know it was all that like serious, or
Oh yeah.
I didn't know it was like
And I think a lot of it, I'll be honest with you, a lot of it was really hard for your mom and I to talk about. Like even now, like I get kind of choked up about it. And I know like whenever your mom, like whenever me and her talk about it, she always cry. Um, but that was really hard, man. Like to go back and think, like, man, like there were people that thought that you were supposed to be dead, cuz and it's like, how do you know what I'm saying? Like it's cool that you right here, don't get me wrong. But it's like, man, like to reflect on that time is crazy. Cause I mean it and I think I don't think I know I still got pictures of when they had you tubed up, you were in the bed and everything. And the only way you could talk to us is you would blink and you would I would put my finger in between your hands, and I would tell you squeeze my hand if you can hear me. And I say, "Hey, Jay, I love you," and then you squeeze my hand like twice, like tell because that was the only thing you could do. So like as a parent, man, you never want to like thinking back to a time like that. It ain't like you just had the cold or a flu or something crazy like that. Like, bro, like you legitimately were on the verge of death. Like I'm not even joking. I'm dead ass serious. Like you were literally on the verge of death, and like for some reason, like I say, God brought you out of that, man. Because a lot of people during that time, shit, Google it, look it up. A lot of people didn't survive that same thing you had. And you, like I said, now, it was crazy for a while because you had to, oh my God, I think your first meal home, I think we made you quesadillas. I got that picture too. Like, I have a picture of all this shit. And like, you were just so mesmerized by everything. I remember we just hold you up because you had to like learn how to use your legs again. I'll tell you, it was a wild time in our house, and we were in Virginia, man. Thank God for our family, man. Your granny, oh my God,
Oh,
bro.
I already know. Oh my gosh.
When I tell you, man, that lady and I, man, like I don't. My grandparents are gone, but man, I always tell people, man, cherish your grandparents if they're around. They don't make people like this boy Granny. They don't. Them people don't come around very often. So when you have people in your life like that, oh my God! Like when I tell you that lady would move a mountain for y'all,
Oh my gosh.
she would move a mountain for y'all with her bare hands. Like, and I truly believe she
With a
could.
with a hurt foot,
Yep,
with a no matter what.
she is going to take care of her grandkids. I should have her on the podcast one day. She's rare.
Yeah, oh yeah,
She's rare.
definitely.
How many next time she come on, my mama have her on the podcast. She like that. All right, man. Well, look, we gonna get out of here. You got any closing words? You want people to follow you anywhere? Don't do nothing crazy. You want your girlfriend
Uh
to kick
okay,
ass?
all I wanna say is 6'2", 195, dual sport, cornerback, and point guard. That's all I wanna say. And I want you guys to go
Who are you?
I want you guys to go to sleep knowing I'm the best defender in here. I just wanna say that.
Defender and where? I know you're talking about this room.
Arizona.
You're talking about from players, right? Don't make me dust off one of these shoes. Get back in, lose about 20 pounds, and we get back in there.
This is just you know what, just end the show then.
What you
We
mean?
we don't gotta do this. What was
You
the
remember the
last
Karate Kid?
ain't nobody worry about the Karate
No,
Kid
no,
right
no,
now.
no, no. Remember the Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi taught Daniel everything that Daniel knew, but Daniel didn't know everything that Mr. Miyagi knew. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
You know what, guys, it's time to go to sleep. It's getting late. I think he's talking out his body right now.
I taught you how to be a very good basketball player. Now, a lot of it, you just grew and developed on your own. So you know everything I taught you, but you don't know everything I know.
I don't gotta know everything, I just know.
That's
I
why
just
I can go coach a team of bums and make them look good and win championships.
hey, I'm not a coach. That's all I'm saying. I'm not a
You're gonna
coach.
be a good one day. I'm telling you, you should
We gon'
stick to it.
we gonna see.
Yeah. Oh, and I broke my finger. If you're watching this, I broke my finger. It's a long story, but
It's
nonetheless,
not even that long. It's literally like a 2-minute story at most. No, no, no. I
we over an
swear.
hour. They don't want to hear this.
Okay, but listen. He explained that story in about 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds.
All
That's all
right,
I'm gonna say.
well, let me explain. It's 30 seconds less. All right, so Jess and I went to Vegas like 2 weeks ago. Well, it was last week. Jess and I went to Vegas last week. No, it was 2 weeks ago. It was Jess and I went to
Yeah.
Vegas. I was supposed to be packing my suitcase, and I fell asleep on the floor. And Jessica told me, like, "Hey, wake up, get in the bed." I was like, "Man, I'm cool." Fell asleep on the floor, out, slumped, snoring everywhere. Right. So then I woke up in the middle of the night. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So you know how you get up and like I got on my knee, hands on my knee. All right, so I got up and I tried to like push myself up so I can like stand up, and literally my pinky snapped like it legit snapped, flipped up, and then went like they call it mallet finger. So it literally like was in a C shape. Like I'm always throwing around crib. If you're watching this, you can see what I'm talking about. It looked like my pinky always throwing around crib. So literally, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I got in my car, drove to work because I'm a great medic. And I drove to work, pulled out all this stuff, made this little sprint, got up the next day, drove to Vegas, had fun, lost a bunch of money, but I didn't let it stop. So now I gotta wear this stupid little brace on my finger for 6 weeks. And if I take it off, it restarts the time over. It's stupid. But anyway, nonetheless. That was longer than 30 seconds. It was. Anyway, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Good Pods, all those things. Everywhere you listen to podcasts. I showed Jaden how many countries and how many cities listen to this podcast, so he might be more popular than he thinks. Um,
Right.
Man, really, I know I gotta do a better job at YouTube. I need to start doing like shorts and reels and all that stuff. Man, starting to slowly get my follower count up on YouTube. Y'all got me looking crazy out here because my iTunes numbers compared to my YouTube numbers are like totally different. But we gonna get there eventually. Crawl, walk, run. We gonna get there. Oh, make sure y'all follow my guy Adrian. He just released a new podcast about. Oh, I think I ain't watched it yet, so don't kill me, Adrian. About Caitlin Clark. So, I respectfully disagree podcast. Make sure you listen to Willie and Fiona over at the Thing About Us podcast. Make sure if you haven't checked out the episode that Jessica did with Fiona, Willie's lady, man, go check that out about teaching. Very good, very informative episode. I enjoyed it. In the meantime, between time, we love y'all. We out.